Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Bryant Greening. For those who don't know, I'm with LegalRideshare. We are here with Driver and Stable, two companies that we are very honored to be partnering with. We feel like our services are very symbiotic and we can help drivers in a lot of ways. Just to briefly introduce my company, LegalRideshare. We are a personal injury law firm that protects Uber, Lyft, and gig workers after accident and injury claims. So if you've been in an accident, if you've been hurt on the job, our firm can help collect money for your medical bills, your lost wages, your pain and suffering, any damages that you sustain. I'm going to let the other guys introduce themselves. John, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, I'm John Savrucci with Stable. I'm a co-founder of Stable. But our company was born out of a rideshare fleet, and we just weren't happy with our insurance options. And we realized that there are somewhere between 1 to 2 million rideshare drivers in the US, and every one of them is a small business owner. And if you look at other small businesses, they all have an insurance product built for them. Laundromats, grocery stores, car washes. There's an insurance product out there tailored just for them. And there simply wasn't a good solution for rideshare drivers. So we built an insurance product just for rideshare drivers. The intention is for them to replace their current auto insurance through whether it be Progressive, State Farm, Allstate, whatever the carrier is, with a stable policy. And with that, you're going to get protection when you're off app. And then you're going to get all kinds of bells and whistles from a coverage standpoint when you're driving for Uber and Lyft, which we can get into later. But that's a general premise of Stable.
Okay. Driver, Marcus, Casey, which one of you wants to take the reins here?
Sure, happy to take the reins. Thanks, Brian. Marcus Newbury, I'm co-founder and COO here at Driver Technologies. Our company was really born from a mission to keep roads safer and provide access to safety technology that's in all of the newest cars. But the fact is most people don't drive the newest car on the road. The age of cars is 12 and a half years and getting older on average for most people. So we wanted to make sure that, the type of safety technology that's available in those cars is available to everyone. My co-founder coded early on and was able to develop an app that turns your phone into a dash cam very simply. So you mount your phone, something everyone who drives has, especially every gig driver, and you can mount your phone and use it as a dash cam. Additionally, we offer forward collision alerts and drowsy and distracted alerts. And unlike some of the expensive dash cams on the market, we offer cloud storage, which is critical because most dash cams that have an SD card, you overwrite trips. If a customer complains or if one of your riders complains, you want to go back and be able to access that trip. But if you've overwritten it, it's not available. So we provide easy to share links through the Driver Cloud product where all your trips are stored. So I'd say about a third of our drivers right now are gig economy drivers, and we cater very, very closely to them. I'm joined by Casey, who really manages a large group of our rideshare drivers. Casey, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you, Marcus. Casey Hartbull. I'm the community manager here at Driver Technologies. Like Marcus spoke upon, I spend most of my time communicating with our users, anything new that we're doing, which tends to be a lot recently, which is fantastic. And then more specifically, our Driver Insiders group, which is a smaller, highly active group of our users that we spend a lot of time with.
This is all music to my ears. Hearing all of the different aspects in which we're able to touch drivers' lives, it's something that the rideshare community and the gig community has really needed for a long time. LegalRideshare has been in this space for almost 7 years now. And when we started, there were no resources available to this type of worker. So many times we get calls where drivers fall on get the short end of the stick when it comes to insurance, because typical insurance companies, the big guys out there, the names we all know, they weren't adapting. They weren't providing the type of coverage that drivers needed when they lost wages or when their vehicle was off the road for way too long and they couldn't make money as a result, or even were denying claims because the driver was engaged in rideshare delivery works. The driver thinks that they're fully protected, and it turns out they're not. So Stable steps into the scene here and really creates a safety net for those drivers and provides, benefits when they need them the most. And then driver, one of the things that we've been saying since the very beginning is that evidence is the most important thing that you can bring to an insurance claim. If you can show how an accident happened, if you can show that you're not at fault, that's going to add not only dollars to your claim, but it could be the difference between having a successful claim and not having a successful claim. So once we found you guys, we were so excited to start working together. I want to just, maybe we'll bring it back to driver here and just kind of explain how your tools really can help people in the gig economy.
Yeah, thanks for the pass back, because I also want to thank LegalRideshare. We had so many users understand the value of a dash cam and what it could do to provide evidence in case of an incident or a complaint. If a rider complained and they were being asked to leave a platform that they were driving for, they had no idea who to turn to. The idea of having a partnership with someone, like LegalRideshare, someone that our drivers can turn to, was really critical, and it was kind of the missing piece. Ease of access to this type of video and evidence is also critical. So our driver cloud is a simple link share. You can share that link with anybody, whether it be your lawyer, your boss, your family member, your insurance company. The reason we work with Stable is because they value that evidence. They see what it does to expedite claims, to tell the true story of what actually happened. And they see so much value in it that they're passing through discounts and eliminating deductibles. What better reason do you have to protect yourself and protect your trip than to save money on a deductible? Who likes to pay deductibles? I sure don't. So we feel like we have a really good solution for any rideshare driver out there. We've got you covered from the moment you get in the car to, God forbid, if something happens, we've got you covered, through Stable's insurance products. And then to help facilitate any legal proceedings or advisory, we've got, LegalRideshare in our toolbox as well.
And I've seen this technology actually be the difference. So I can think of a claim where a rideshare driver was turning left and gets T-boned by another car. When a lawyer and an insurance company hears those facts, the first thing that you think of is that the driver who's turning left was at fault. And that's what the driver was dealing with. He was hitting roadblocks and not getting any coverage for his claim. We get the footage of the accident, and we actually see that this person who hit him drove around 3 other cars that were stopped in traffic. Our guy had the right of way, and this person drove around other vehicles and struck it. It was literally the difference between a claim being denied and this person getting full benefits for all their medical treatment, recovering their lost wages. It's invaluable, and it can truly be everything when it comes to whether you can put food on the table.
Yeah, we at Stable, we identified that as this dash cam as just a massive tool that all rideshare drivers should have, right? And so what we do is we value it to the point where we give a 20% discount for all driver technology dash cam holders, right? So we put real dollars back in our customers' pockets because they use the driver technology tool. And the mindset there is as you were saying, Brian, if we have that dash cam data, we can close. First, we're going to identify exactly what happened, right? And so we can very quickly know, hey, are we gonna stand up and fight for our customer the way he or she deserves to be backed by their insurance company? Or if they were at fault, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and settle that claim as quickly as possible before it gets out of hand, before another attorney gets on board with that customer. And in doing so, we can get that driver back on the road more quickly, because for these drivers, this time is money for them, right? So every day their vehicle or their claim takes, to get settled is a day that they're not earning income on the platform. So yeah, we think that every driver should have a dash cam in their vehicle, and we love the partnership with Driver Technology, by the way, which comes on the Driver Technology dash cam phone. It has a LegalRideshare app, right? So our customers not only have the dash cam, but then they have access quickly to the LegalRideshare network for support in the event of an accident. So we give our customers the tools they need to run their small business.
That's right. You get in an accident, you push a button, you can have a consultation with me at the scene. You can talk to me before you talk to the police, which is, again, we're trying to make sure that you're protecting yourself and saying the right things, collecting the right evidence. So we're just, operating on all cylinders right here.
Yeah.
John, I appreciate all the talking up that you did of us and Driver, but why don't you tell us a little about some of the features that drivers can expect with Stable?
Yeah, I mean, I guess where I'd start is that we learned early that the majority of rideshare drivers do not have what would be referred to as a rideshare policy. And historically, the only solution was like a Band-Aid. It was a personal auto policy with an endorsement on it, right? And so there are a number of issues with that. But what we did is we built a policy from the ground up, and we built a commercial auto policy. So you have a commercial auto grade policy priced at a personal auto price point, right? So we understand the rideshare business. We understand the rideshare drivers day. And what I mean by that is they move in and out of commercial use and personal use all day long. They may wake up in the morning, drive their kids to school, go grocery shopping, and then they turn the app on. When they turn the app on, their coverage changes, right? And so we've built this policy to quickly transition in and out of the rideshare driver's day. Where our coverage is primary is when they are off the app. But we understand that when they are on the app, they have coverage through Uber and Lyft. So what we've done is we've come up with a product that does not charge them for the time and the miles that they drive on the platform. We only charge them for the miles that they drive for personal use. By doing so, we can drastically reduce the premium, because we understand that our coverage is only primary when they're driving for personal use. And what we've done is, by using the dash cam, we said, hey, when you're driving all your miles, you should have the dash cam on, right? But when you're driving for personal use and you have your dash cam on, if you're in an accident, we will waive your deductible completely, as Marcus mentioned earlier, which it's a huge amount of money when you think about, you might have $1,000 deductible and you won't pay $1 of that if your dash cam is on. And when you think about a rideshare driver, time is money, but money is time as well, right? So $1,000, think about how many miles and how much time you have to drive to earn that 1,000 miles back, right? So we really try to put ourselves in the driver's shoes and build a product for them.
I love it. The deductible is something that comes up all the time for rideshare drivers, because most of them haven't been educated on that topic. The rideshare companies don't provide the information about what is a deductible, when is it going to come into play, how does it affect me if I'm involved in a crash? And that's really one of the shortcomings of the rideshare industry in general, is just this lack of information that they're providing. And Stable's putting that on the forefront and saying, this is an issue that, one, we need to identify, two, we need to educate about, and three, we need to solve. I talked to a driver earlier today who was involved in what many people would consider to be a fender bender while on the rideshare app. There's a $2,500 deductible. That car's off the road until that vehicle can be repaired. There's not $2,500 worth of damage to the car, yet they're not able to earn a living. So these huge deductibles are affecting drivers' ability to earn and frankly, to survive. So the fact that somebody's stepping in to try to solve that problem is going to be a huge benefit, and already has been a huge benefit to the rideshare and gig community.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. Like, a car accident for our customer base is completely different than a car accident for non-rideshare drivers, right? Everyone else gets paid twice a week if they get into a car accident because their employment isn't impaired. Our drivers lose the ability to earn income when their vehicle is off the road. And so with regard to the deductible, you mentioned the $2,500 deductible for Uber and Lyft. What we've done is offered an endorsement that allows our drivers to lower that deductible from $2,500 down to either $1,000 or $500. Basically, whatever their stable deductible is, for a small additional premium, they can lower that deductible down to $500 or $1,000. So when they're in that accident, when they're in that place where they're most vulnerable, when they lose the ability to earn, they're not hit with a massive bill, right? And the other thing we do, and I'll stop after this and pass the mic, but we offer a loss of use endorsement. And what that means is basically, think of it as income while your vehicle can't be driven on the platform. So you can pick either $30 or $40 or $50 a day, up to 30 days, we will pay you while your vehicle cannot be driven as a result of a covered accident. And what that means is you can, with that money, you can go out and rent a rideshare vehicle to continue earning. You can use it to pay any deductible you might have, or you just put it in your pocket for your daily expenses. So that time when our customers are most vulnerable is when we want to be there for them financially.
Love it. And, I think it might be helpful for our audience to just walk through a short example. So, say you're driving on Uber and you get rear-ended and you're injured and your vehicle's damaged. All these different players that are sitting on this call right now are going to have a role in that occurrence, starting from the very beginning. Driver's going to have the footage of what happened. We're going to be able to pull that right away from the cloud and use that to prove the facts of the accident, the nature of the impact, which are all valuable to what you're going to walk away with in terms of a personal injury settlement or a property damage repair. So drivers involved right there. If you push the button to get the consultation with LegalRideshare, like I said earlier, you can be talking to me at the scene of the occurrence. And then once you get the initial paperwork with the police done and you go to the hospital or go to the doctor and get checked out, you're making that claim with Stable, sending them the dash cam footage that you have, telling them that you've already spoken to me. And all of these pieces are coming together to give you the strongest possible case forward and the best path forward for recovery.
Yeah. One thing I'd add to that is that we're also going to be able to give our drivers information to tell them exactly what period they were on. I mean, obviously they will know whether they were with a passenger on their way to pick up a passenger, but they need to prove that to Uber and Lyft at the time. And we'll understand what period they were in and quickly be able to pass that information on. That settles the claim more quickly for our customer.
Yeah.
And it's all validated through dash cam evidence as well. As an Uber or Lyft driver, you have the option to record inside your vehicle too. So you can actually assess when there's passengers in your car or when there's not. So tying that together with your ability to know what period they're in and matching timestamps is critical to actually understanding everything that happened.
And it can be the difference between a lot of money or a little bit of money in terms of the period. The rideshare companies offer more insurance when you're on the clock, when you're in periods 2 and periods 3. So we've had claims swing by like hundreds of thousands of dollars in terms of coverage based on minutes. If a police report says that an occurrence took place at 9:30 and it actually took place at 9:27, maybe the driver was using the app at 9:27, but not at 9:30. There's a huge swing there. So this evidence really matters. And Marcus also brought up the point of inside the cabin footage, that it's not just accidents. Yes, it'll show a rear end car accident with that footage, but it will also show the behaviors of your passengers. It will show if there's a false accusation that comes up down the road. If somebody says, my driver said something harassing to me. Well, you can pull the footage and show that didn't happen. Or if somebody makes a mess on your seat and you're trying to get a cleanup fee, boom, you have the dash cam to prove that that person made that mess and that you're entitled to the fee. So there's all sorts of scenarios where this can come into play. And we've talked a lot about car accidents, and we've talked a lot about rideshare drivers, but those aren't the only people that can benefit here. It's Amazon Flex drivers, it's delivery drivers with Grubhub and Instacart. You name it, if you're in this space, you can benefit from these players. So we just encourage everybody to reach out and ask us questions and visit our websites. And we're here to be resources, and we would love to have the opportunity to work with you. I appreciate everybody's time. I'm going to give maybe everybody take a moment to raise their hand if there's something they want to add before I close out. Did everybody get to say what they wanted?
I'll add one more thing.
Yeah.
One advantage to using drivers, we really empower the user when it comes to privacy. So, our relationship with Stable is unique to that. Stable doesn't need access to your dash cam footage at all times to understand how Bryant is driving, right? They don't care. What Stable cares about is ease of processing around a claim. So it's an opt-in. If you want to reap the benefits of a 0 or a low deductible, you submit it, your video claim. But that's the only time that we know who you are, Bryant, as you're driving. Internal video, we never capture internal video. We never use internal video. That's for you to share as you see fit. So I think it's just critical to understand that we are for the driver. In fact, you mentioned Amazon Flex. We've got a bunch of Amazon drivers who drive for Amazon using our camera system or our dash cam in conjunction with the company issued dash cam, because they want their own personal footage. When the company is playing Big Brother and has their cameras operating, they want their own footage to tell their story as well. So we consider ourselves really for the driver, and that goes as far as our onboarding process and how we communicate. Our customer service department, Casey's on this call because he really is the face of our user group, especially in the gig world. He's on a Facebook chat with everyone. Everybody knows Casey because of his tutorial videos. So we have nearly 5-star rating in the App Store because of our customer service and the way that we work with customers.
And that was a big part of why our relationship with DTI is so strong, is their customer support and also just their ease of use. Honestly, like, we wanted to partner with a dash cam company that when a driver comes to us to get an insurance policy, we found a lot of them wanted a dash cam but didn't know where to start or where to go. And so we just wanted to make that very easy for them. So when that dash cam comes in the mail to our customer, it is literally mounted on the dashboard and start driving, and it works. There's no major installation involved. I use mine. I don't even think about it anymore. The moment I start driving, it turns on and starts working. I just my final comment here is we get a lot of questions. Is Stable just for professional rideshare drivers doing 40 hours a week, or is it for part-time drivers? And my answer is that it's for anyone that does rideshare that wants peace of mind when they're working. So for the full-time driver, we absolutely recommend the Stable policy because of the coverages it has, and the fact that we're only charging that customer for personal miles. With the part-time driver, I go back to think a lot of these part-time drivers are probably driving to generate income for a vacation, or maybe to do some repairs to their apartment or their house, whatever it might be. Just think about if they're trying to earn an extra $5,000, what a $2,500 deductible does to that savings. It's a massive dent. So if they want to protect their time and their energy, the Stable's policy is the way to do that. And so, yeah, we're grateful for the partnership with DTI. We're grateful for the partnership with LegalRideshare. And we're thrilled that we can kind of bring our customers like a real ecosystem, a real safety ecosystem with our product.
Well, thank you guys very much for your time today. I'll just end with this from LegalRideshare's perspective. We are available for the driver for free consultation whenever a driver needs it. So if you get in an accident, If you've been injured, give us a call. It does not cost anything to talk to us. If we can help you, we absolutely will. If we can't, we'll give you advice on how you can best protect yourself, or we'll point you in the right direction. So time is really valuable in these instances, so don't wait to reach out to us. Please do so as soon after a crash as you can, so that we can work to protect you. I want to just thank everybody again, and we'll sign off here and hope to see you all soon.
Great.
Thank you,
Thanks so
Brian.
much.